Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with ReZero Season 4 Episode 4 reaction. Right, the previous episode was one of the craziest episode. Yeah, Subaru, Beatrice, Anastasia and Patrash were separated and they're like in like an underground section, and they try to find their way out, and turns out by the end of it all of them go crazy and just take each other out in the most brutal way possible. Right, and then Subaru chooses the other path later on, which brings him like head to head in front of a whole ass boss fight. So like either way, in the end, that girl who I think we saw on top of the tower, I'm assuming that's Shaula, um, comes in and wipes out that boss thing, weird looking thing, and that's where it ended. So let's see what happens after that. That girl apparently says something along the lines of like as if she's waiting for Subaru or something. So like let's see what explanation they have for that. Like how does the girl know Subaru and what's going on? So anyways, yeah, let's get started. Now I'll be putting the timer over here. Sync the original video to my reaction with the help of the timer, and watch it and watch the video alongside my reaction. And yeah, let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god. Is this... yeah, is this Subaru's dream or something? Yeah. Right. Oh damn, this is Satella, right? But damn, the whole ass ASMR. Okay, what is going on here? Oh, it is her. Oh, so they're all together now. So they found Emilia's group. Right. Where's light coming from? It's pretty bright here. Ah, there she is. So, is this Shaula? Yeah. What? Oh my god, what the hell? Wait! What the hell? Oh my god. Oh, return by death. Incoming. Oh, it is Shaula. Wait, this voice. I Faros, right? Who does Marines? No, Power's voice? Bruh. Beatrice is like, god damn it. What is happening here? Why does she call him master? Oh. Who are you talking about? What? Um. Yeah. What? Wait. Polygon. The gold has the first. Ah. What? Oh. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, the witches. Okay. I see. No, not that. Raid the stick swinger? What? Voltage. Yeah. You right. Again? Great renowned wise man. Oh, right. Who was it that mentioned something about Subaru reminding them of Flugal? I don't remember who it was. The, damn. Yeah. That's what? That's just braids. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, can you not do that now? Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Original role. Great British Library. Right. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is pretty nice. Yeah. Doesn't have a will. I see. I don't think so. Unless and until you defeat gluttony. Yeah. Oh. Hmm. All right. Wow. That's a good point. Yep. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, we're already here, so you know. Like I said. There you go. Okay. Hmm. Well, now he feels bad. That's second. Exam. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, right. Oh, damn. True. It's like blank everywhere. So, what the? Is that a mirror? No. Device that sets up the puzzles for. Okay. Hmm. All right. Uh, oh, it's like a. This goes back. Is there like a pattern you have to touch the monoliths? Like a touch upon. Hmm. There's a pattern, I'm guessing. I mean, I did it. Touch upon its greatest splendor. Wow. Hmm. Ra- Wait, really? Oh my god. Right. Whoa. He's like, how dare you? Whoa. Damn. That sounds. True, I guess. Challenges have to do it. Hmm. Another Shaula that Shaula. Right. Okay, wait. Oh, I think this is like a pattern. White sky asterisk. Okay. That ended a little quicker than usual, right? Is there something in the post credit scene? Okay, I just realized when I listened to the song for the second time, this is not only Myth and Royd, but TK is also here. Yeah, this part. Oh, that is crazy. This is like a combination I never expected. Myth and Royd and TK. There you go, featuring TK. Oh, there you go. Yeah, perspective. Oh, it's uh, right. It's constellations. So is there like a constellation called Shaula? Yeah. So Flugel is from the original world. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I had no clue. I I didn't know. Oh, that's why Scorpion's tail she calls it. Achievement. Right. Mainly his face. Hmm. As a constellation, right? Rhinostone. Okay. Hmm. Regal. Damn. Hmm. Alright, we passed the test. Hopefully. Oh, wow, the library. Damn. So we have to find our answer from here. Okay. Alright, and there you go. That was today's episode. So today we meet Shaola. from coming here. Okay. Yeah. So today we meet Shaola, like properly. And this Shaola is an interesting character. She apparently was told to keep watch here by her master, Flugel, who she thinks is Subaru because she finds the scent similar. Now, by scent similar, I'm assuming they're talking like like they're talking about the witch's scent, basically. Like that is what is within that whole thing with Subaru. you know, so a lot of people I remember like from in the previous seasons commented on that, like Ram themselves commented on it in season 1. So I'm assuming it's something like that. Also, like at the end, like I cannot exactly remember where they mentioned Flugel. I remember they mentioned Flugel once or twice before in the previous season, but I cannot remember exactly when. Like it's kind of like like hazy in my head. um but I do remember someone implying that Subaru is quite similar to Flugel. Again, I don't remember exactly who it was. So here Shaola saying that, oh, like mistaking Subaru for Flugel is pretty interesting, because now I'm thinking whether this Flugel actually has something to do with Subaru. Because, like, another thing we get to know in the end is apparently Flugel is someone who probably came from the real world. Otherwise, how the hell would he know about constellations? Right? He named Shaola as Shaola as well, which is apparently another name of a constellation, which I had no clue. I didn't know that. So that the braided hair that she has, that she calls scorpion hair, like, and I was like, why is she calling it scorpion hair? That's basically a braid, right? It's braided, but it's also something that Flugel told her, because scorpion and the constellation, like and Shaola, like that whole thing. So that's why it called it scorpion hair. So all these things indicate that Flugel either knows someone or knew someone who came from the original world, or Flugel himself came from the original world. Like, like Earth, came from Earth and got isekai here, or something happened like that. So that's another thing which is extremely similar with Subaru. So, because the thing is, like, this show, I don't think, yeah, in this show, Subaru is the only one who came from the original world, right? But now at least we know. So getting to like know about another character who apparently might have come from the real world and who has a lot of things similar to Subaru, uh, is making me think, like, two things could happen, like, or two things like might be possible. Number one, like, Flugel is someone who's completely unrelated to Subaru, except that he's except the only like common thing is that he came from the original world. No, either that, or another thing I'm thinking is maybe Flugel is Subaru from the future or something. You know, like, if you think about it like that, this show has a lot of things. This show has, like, the whole thing concept of return by death is kind of based on parallel worlds, where if you die, you just go back in time. And it also involves time travel. Like, return by death is a concept which consists two things: parallel world and time travel. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, it is revealed later on that apparently Flugel is Subaru, who somehow was able to time travel, and he's just Subaru from like the future, or Subaru's version from the future, or something like that. Because past, it won't work, because I don't know, like, obviously it cannot be past, because, like, how the hell would that make any sense? Like, only thing that would make sense is if he's Subaru from the future, because he now has like a lot of knowledge and a lot of things, and he, has all these information, and that's why he brought it. But that also brings in with it like a fair share of, I don't know, like questions. Again, like I feel like there's a lot of things that we barely know anything about Flugel, so I think it's pointless to kind of go that deep into it. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of here. Because otherwise, how the hell, like, because like Shaola mistakes Subaru for Flugel. There was someone else who mentioned in one of the previous seasons who mentioned Subaru's similarity with Flugel. I just cannot remember exactly who it was, but there was someone who did that. Um, so and then we are seeing apparently this Flugel has information from the other world, so that is like a huge thing. So like, other than Flugel being a version of Subaru from the future, other than that explanation, there is no other explanation that I can think of for now. So yeah, like, who knows? We'll see. Either way, like we'll have to just wait and see. I doubt we're getting an answer to who Flugel is anytime soon. It'll probably be revealed way, 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 way later. But for now, I guess we'll just have to keep this in mind. But yeah, there you go. That is the thing. Like the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about here. Also, another thing. Let me just double check. This is season 4, right? So what's her name? Shaola. Yeah, Shaola's voice actress is Pyro's Eye, right? Let me just check, because that voice is so distinct. Like, you know. Just a minute. My internet is acting up. Oh my god. Right, let it open. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her, because the way she talks and everything. Yeah. All right. Now that was that. Now let's talk about today's episode. First and foremost, we have like, everyone is okay. Like, kind of like Patricia was quite injured, but like Shaola helped bring them to the that place where, like, like, they're healing. Rem is also there, so like, they'll be fine. And then we have Shaola recognizing Subaru apparently, and being like, "Oh, master, like, where are you? Like, we're finally here, this and that." At first, when I saw Subaru, like, was like on like Emilia's lab, I was thinking, what's going on? Is this like another, like, like some sort of illusion or something? Because like, we had no clue where Emily and the others got separated, and now suddenly, like they're back together. But yeah, it turns out it was, like, Shaola just helped them out. And before that, like, exactly before that moment, Subaru was like having like a dream where, again, like, Satella just comes and just, like, that whole thing, like like I love you, and that whole thing like happens again. So I'm assuming that was the scent or the smell that Shala was talking about. um you know right. So Shala then tackles Subaru, and she's like, "Oh, you're back, master. I've been waiting here all this time to, fulfilling your, like, the mission that you gave me to protect this place." Right. And here's another thing. I think in the previous episode I kind of said this. I said that if you can, like, if you think about it, when she stopped sniping was exactly after Subaru used his invisible providence. So I said something like, it's probably seeing that she stopped and something happened, and she realized that, oh, Subaru, this person, I know this person. And that's exactly because, like, when he uses invisible providence, it, yeah, like, so I guess the smell and everything, she realized looking at that, and that's why she stopped sniping at that moment and decided to look out, like look for Subaru and bring them out. And that's why she helped us in the previous episode at the end. Because if Subaru didn't use that, she probably would have still be hunting us down. So, right. Okay. Wait, okay, here it is. So Shaula, right? Shaula. Yeah, Firo's Eye. Yep. I knew it. Okay. So, where was I? Alright, so now a few other things. First and foremost, Shaula says that I'm Shaula, but I'm not sure if I'm the Shaula that you're looking for, Shaula the Sage. I think she said something like that, right? Just a minute. Okay, here it is. So you are the sage we've heard so much about, right? And she's like, if it is a Shaula you're looking for, then that's me. But if it's a Shaula the sage you're looking for, I don't know anything about him. This is the Shaula that people mean when they say Shaula. Okay, so Anastasia gives us the coins. Let me look at the coin properly first. Okay, just a minute. The holy gold coin has the holy dragon. What? Okay, what does that mean? Wait a minute. Is this a translation error? Just a minute. Oh, the holy gold coin has the holy dragon. Holy gold coin. Why is it called holy gold coin when it's not gold? It looks silver to me. Come on. Because the gold coin has someone else on it, right? Is that a dragon? No, that's not a dragon. That looks like someone with a sword like this. A holy gold coin has the holy. The dragon is the one on the left, right? The leftmost coin. That's the dragon, I'm assuming. That doesn't look gold. What? Wait. Yes, she says holy gold. Say kinka. Say is holy and kin is gold. So there's no translation error here. Has the holy dragon. Kinka, which is the gold one, has the first sword send, which is the middle one. I'm assuming that is the first sword send. And the silver has the sage. The one on the rightmost is the sage. So this sage, I cannot really figure out properly, but it definitely doesn't resemble this Shaula. Yeah, Beatrice says she doesn't look the least bit like this. Okay, so here, Shaula says that looks just like Master. So wait a minute. So Shaula says the Shaula on the silver coin looks like Flugel slash Subaru. Okay, so what does that mean? Does that mean that Flugel is actually Shaula, the sage? And he gave this Shaula that same name? I don't know. Also, I don't know if this is something important or if this is just a design choice. But Shaola's eyes are pretty interesting. It it's green and then it has 3 red dots. Again, I don't know if this is something significant or if this is just like a design choice by by them. But it's a very interesting design for a eye, like an eye design, like green eyes, but there's like 3 red dots in a triangular shape. That's pretty interesting. I guess if you think about it like that, I guess Beatrice's eye is one of the most unique ones ever. Like it has a whole ass butterfly in it. But yeah. Anyways, just forget about the eye. I think it's just a design choice. Um, so yeah, when they ask how do you recognize him if it's not by looks, his smell. The only person who gives off such nose-burningly black and disgusting smell is Master. Okay. Right, so anyways, so yeah, so basically here, Shaula says she's not Shaula the Sage, and the Shaula the Sage that is supposed to be the Shaula the Sage is the one on the silver coin, and Shaula's like, oh, this person looks like Master, which is Flugel. So what does that mean? Does that mean Flugel is called Shaula? And Flugel named this girl Shaula? So, okay, right. Okay, so yeah, you are Shaula, but you aren't the sage. Then do the sword saint and the holy dragon sound familiar to you? Shaula's like, I've heard of them. I've known Reed the Stick Swinger and Volcanica the Sarcastic forever. Okay, and then when they say that, oh, apparently the sword saint is dead, she's like, what? And then she's like, oh yeah, he's a human. I forgot about that. Okay. Okay, my master's name, yes, the name of the great renowned wise man is Flugel. She says after that. Okay, anyways, so yeah, this whole part was pretty interesting. We get quite a bit of information. So Flugel apparently is on the silver coin, and that is, everyone knows that as Shaula the Sage. So everyone knows the one on the silver coin is Shaula the Sage. The one on the golden coin is Reed the Sword Saint, and the one on the holy silver golden coin is Volcanica the dragon, right? So, but the Shaula on the silver coin is apparently Flugel, because that's what this Shaula tells us. So, okay. Um, okay. Okay, so then we get to know about what the original, like what the actual deal is with the Palladius Tower. It's apparently a library, so we can get, now that Master is back, like it can go back to its original like duty, and like all that stuff. Anyways, then we meet Rem and Petrash. They're healing, and like Shaula helped them out. All right, all that stuff. Okay. Now, after that, they also get to know about how, as Subaru says, like, oh, so it was you who was attacking us. And then he's like, all right, your master told you to not, to keep an eye out and shoot anyone that comes near. So we're already inside. So I think you can ignore that, like that order then, because we're already here. So my new order is do not harm me or my friends over here. So you can see Charlotte looks at him for quite a while. Then she's like, all right, I'll keep it in mind. Like I'll protect your friends. Right. Okay, and then comes the trial. So in this trial, apparently, the monolith comes in, which we, put our hands on, and then a lot of other monoliths pop up, and then there's an instruction, which is, what was the instruction? The hero vanquished by Shala, or something like that. Okay, so hero vanquished by Shaula. another thing, I'm trying to pay attention here properly, and I'm straining my ears, but the voice. Just a minute. Okay, this is Subaru's voice. Alright. Yeah, Flugel is Subaru. I'm pretty sure now. Because it sounds like Subaru's voice, but it's heavily altered by something, like some synthetic like thing. That's why you cannot properly understand. But I'm pretty sure the voice that plays here, that is Subaru's voice. The tone, the way it speaks. Yeah. So yeah, Subaru is probably Flugel. But now I have no idea how this happened. But like I said, the only thing I can think of is that Flugel is like a future version of Subaru. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, I have no idea. But yeah. Okay, so anyways, the trial here was basically that, like the hero vanquished by Shaola, you have to pick one of the monoliths, and then, yeah. So I feel like this, now I cannot really say exactly how many monoliths there were over here. There must have been plenty, but they didn't really show us that much. When we kind of went up from the, had a bird's eye view, that's the time when we can kind of see, like, there were a lot of monoliths over there. So I feel like even if this is a task which could be completed by trial and error, it would have been way too much effort and way too much like confusion to do it by trial and error. Because first and foremost, you have to like put your hand on the monolith, then the other monoliths will pop up, then pick another monolith, and if it's wrong, then it all goes down, and then you have to press the monolith again, and then again everything will come out, and then choose the other one. So not only will you have to do this multiple times until you get one by chance, you have to keep an eye and track on the ones that you've already picked. So it's way too much effort and almost impossible to win this by trial and error, but it is possible. But not humanely possible. That's the thing. So, yeah, so obviously Subaru had to find the correct answer to properly win this. Either way, they ask Shaola about like what's going on and who are the ones that you killed. Right. And any hero you vanquished. Okay, so here Shaola acts a bit weirdly when asked about the Sword Saint, the first Sword Saint. So she says apparently Reed was a bully. And like he like bullied everyone who was weaker than him. And then Shaola's like, and yeah, he was the strongest, so apparently he bullied everyone because, that's what it means. She apparently Reed also bullied Shaola. So, she's not really that happy with the first Sword Saint. And Julius is like, come on, yeah. And this is Reinhardt's like great ancestor or something. He's a progenitor of the Astria family. Like how can this he must have been a really cool dude. And Charles like, nah man, he was the worst. He was a bully, he was a scumbag, he was an awful person. So yeah, so I'm assuming that like Reed is the one in the opening that we see. The one who, yeah, he also has red hair, makes sense. That's him. No matter who he fought, he was bullying the weak. Ulysses is like, what the hell? How is this possible? Okay, so Subaru then here deduces that there's a chance that the challengers have to defeat Shaola to enter the tower, which makes sense, obviously, because she's freaking shooting everyone. you know. So it has to be an answer that. So the answer has to be something I'd know without asking her. Yeah. So The possibility of conquering the tower without Shaola. What if there's another Shaola that Shaola doesn't realize is Shaola? Which is, yeah. So basically, Shaola is another name for a constellation. And that's what Subaru kind of thinks about. And Subaru's like, oh, Beatrice, can you please take me up? And he looks at everything from the top, sees a constellation, and he's like, yeah, I have the answer now. Now, later, he gives the explanation. So it's like, yeah, no wonder you couldn't solve it, because this consists of information that you guys won't have unless and until someone from the real world came and told you guys about this. So yeah, it is constellation. So the hero that Shaola, the hero vanquished by Shaola, which is Orion. So Shaola is supposed to be the scorpion, and then he talks about the story of Orion being stung by a scorpion, and he was too confident about himself, but he, like, in the end succumbed to that. Yeah, scorpion stinger. Yeah, I guess it makes sense now. Like, it is like her hair is braided, but the lower part of the hair looks like a scorpion sting, the way it is. Okay, let's just say that our hero Orion let his ego get the better of him, and all that stuff. Orion is still terrified of the scorpion even up in the sky. Yeah, and then he goes up, looks at all of them, and he's like, oh, so there's two stars that he was like might be the answer. Yeah, the thing is, different stars shine in different ways. Some are consistently bright, others flash brighter at times. There are only two stars in Orion that could be said to shine the brightest. Okay, there's Regal, which shines consistently, and then there's Betelgeuse, a variable star that glows extra bright at times. But it's not very elegant to have two acceptable answers, so he's like, yeah, I chose Regal. There you go, and then the library shows itself. So that's very interesting, because just think about this. Flugel, like I said, I think Flugel is like some version of Subaru. Something is going on, like, because there's so many things pointing towards that direction. Even the voice sounds similar. Again, that's one of the things that, like, a lot of anime kind of does, like, because the voice actors are the kind of the same. But I don't know. I'm, like, it might not be that case here at all. But still, I think like Flugel is something related extremely close to Subaru. And the best thing that I can think of is that he's like a future version of Subaru. But like I was saying, just think about this. Flugel set like a trial which needs information from the real world to solve this puzzle. Why? It makes no sense unless he knows, or he like predicted that, oh, like, another person from the real world is going to come here, which might or might not be he himself, his past self, who might come here, and I'm leaving this for them. Because again, there's nobody in this world that we know who has come from the real world except Subaru. So if Flugel is one of them, like, why the hell would he make a trial that needs information from the real world? Like, it makes no sense. Because this is the thing, if he didn't want anyone to find out or conquer this trial, he could have just sealed this place, right? There must be a reason why he kept it as a trial, because he wanted someone to conquer this, someone who had a specific set of information in their head. He only wanted them to conquer this trial. So he must have wanted someone to conquer this trial. But who would conquer this trial? Because nobody in this world has information about constellations except himself. He didn't even tell Shaula the whole thing. Shaula didn't even know the meaning behind her name. So she had no idea about constellations, as we get to know. So that's the thing. Why would you keep something like that needs information from the real world, unless and until you want someone to actually conquer the trial? Because if you didn't want anyone conquering the trial, you could have just sealed this place some way or the other. I'm sure you could have done that. You know. So that kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's like a lot of questions here, but let's wait and see. Now another thing, I think like a lot of people might have this question, but I think I don't remember exactly where, but I remember reading somewhere reading or like listening from some person maybe, or maybe like in some comment section or something. Apparently, like Subaru has like a lot of knowledge about constellations. Like he was like the most passionate about like stars and everything, and that's why like here he has all these information about constellations, something like that. I don't remember exactly where I read this or where I got this information from, but from somewhere I got this information. I don't exactly remember where. Maybe it was in some video or something about ReZero. Like those videos on YouTube, like, oh, interesting facts about ReZero you didn't know, those type of videos probably. But yeah, he as far as I can remember, he's extremely passionate about constellations. So yeah, that's why he has like he knows so much about this. Right. And I guess that's another thing, if you think about it. Like just think about it like this. Flugel, okay, so here's the thing. If Flugel like said this whole like trial like this, like he kept it in, he used like a constellation question, and like who even knows this much about constellation unless and until you are a huge like enthusiast of stars and constellations. Unless and until you're extremely deep into it, nobody really knows that much about constellations except like the common ones, like like Orion, and like, and the other ones, like the other constellations, I don't know. So except the very common ones, nobody really knows that much about constellations. So he specifically kept this for someone from the real world who has extreme information about stars. So it's very interesting, because like I'm trying to think of the thought process of Flugel. Like, why would you keep a trial like this, which is almost impossible to like overcome by people from this world, obviously, and even from the real world, a lot of like at least like 80% of the people won't have an answer to this question. Like, I'm pretty sure, unless and until you're extremely passionate about stars. So why would you keep a trial like that, which is almost impossible to overcome, except for a very few specific people? So yeah, and anyways, so yeah, that's where it ended. So let's see where this goes. So that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 4 of ReZero season 4. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.